we go. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the MIT call. This is our, what we call Millionaires in Training call that we do each and every Monday. And this is a call where we focus on the higher level concepts, the philosophies, the disciplines, the habits, and the skill sets that are required to reach the higher levels of prosperity here within Zija International. And so I'd like to first of all welcome all of our teammates in Zija, all of our business partners across North America, probably other parts of the world, and extend a special and warm welcome to all of our guests who are online tonight. My name is David Moses, independent distributor with Zija International. Speaking to you from my home office here in Toronto, Canada. And it's nice to be home. We've been on the road now for several months. All ends of the country, north, south, east, west, down in the Caribbean, over in Hawaii. And yesterday just got home from San Diego, California, where we had our leadership conference, which has kind of set the scale for 2014, where we're going and how we're going to get there. So if you're a guest online this evening, a special welcome to you. On this call, you're going to get a little bit more of the business side of things, the aspects of leadership that are required to have financial success in our business. There's no question, given a world-class line of products, given a solid company with a solid infrastructure, with a great corporate team, then obviously a person is going to want to make sure that they also have prosperity in their endeavor with our business. And so tonight, we generally focus in on those aspects. If you're new on the line tonight and you do have questions regarding the product, which I'm sure you will, and our business, we have specific conference calls for that. We actually have one on Wednesday that is product-focused, product-centered, and we also have a lot of information in terms of videos online, and or the person that invited you can certainly provide you with product samples and so forth. But what I'd like to talk to you tonight about is about prosperity, is about creating freedom, creating lifestyle, creating security, becoming debt-free, having a residual income, having a nest egg, really having a financial wall around you and your family that nothing can get through. I think, that is an obvious common denominator. I believe that everybody would want that and does want that. And our business in person-to-person marketing here with Zija International is a vehicle to create that. That's what we do here. We help people. We show people how to follow a simple set of steps, how to follow a basic system, marketing our product line, and in doing so, how to create a residual income. A reoccurring income that happens on a weekly basis, whether we choose to work or not. Of course, once we've built our team, we have those options. I'm going to start off this call with just sharing my personal story in just a minute or so, and then maybe talk about a few of the fundamentals of what we need to do and how we need to focus ourselves and what sort of mindset we need to have in order to attract success, and then talk a little bit about the vision of Zija International, where we're going, and how we're going to get there. A little of my background: I'm 51 years old. As I mentioned, I live here in Toronto, Canada, married with 2 children. I've got a 23-year-old and a 16-year-old. And, of course, like any other parent or anybody else on this line, what I want for my children is the best. I want them to have security. I want them to have a solid future. I don't want them to ever have to worry about whether the economy is up, the economy is down, whether there are jobs available. I want to provide that security for my family. I think that is I probably speak for every single person on this phone. I believe that's something that each and every one of us would want for ourselves and our family. I was a locksmith glazer many years ago. And basically, I worked in our family business, which we've had here in Toronto since 1970. You can actually go online and look at the website. 42 employees, Metro Hardware and Maintenance, right here in Downsview, Ontario. And I used to do the outside work. I was a glazer, fixing broken windows. And as you all know, last week in Toronto here, the weather was about 35 below zero, and with the wind, it was upwards of 50 below zero. In fact, we were told simply do not go outside, stay in your house. And it was on those days getting called to fix a plate glass window, because if the front window of a building was broken, someone had to fix it at 50 below zero, that I wished I would have some other way of generating income. And that was 24 years ago. Actually, no, about 27 years ago. I left that business and went into business with my brother in the restoration of collectible cars in 1986. And I did that business with my brother until 1989. And in 1989, at age 27, my brother and I split up, and I was kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do in life. I was recently married, and I had my first daughter on the way, and I was introduced to this business of person-to-person marketing, or what we call network marketing, back in December of 1989. So this past December, last month, was 24 years for me in this industry. But I'll go back to that first meeting, that first time that I was introduced. I was shown the concept of leverage. You know, the ability to generate income by helping other people have success. And in doing so, create a residual type of income, an income that continued over and over again based on doing the work one time. And I like that idea. I thought that's a much better way to get paid than a 40-hour work week. One can get paid on 40, 100, 200, 300 hours per day of productivity, 1,000 hours a day of productivity. There's roughly 180, 190,000 people that are in my business today, thanks to a lot of great leaders. Well, just think about that. You got 180, 190,000 people in your business, and let's say each of them are working on average 2 hours a week. I mean, let's be conservative and talk 2 hours a week. Let's not talk an hour a day. Let's say 2 hours a week. Well, 180,000 times 2 is, close to 400,000 hours of productivity. Think about that. That's a whole lot better than 40 hours in terms of pay based on my personal efforts. Well, I got that concept. I understood that concept, and I thought, what a great business model. What a great way to create security, help others have success, build a team, market a great product, and based on the total productivity of the entire team, I don't have to be a glazer anymore. I don't have to work in the cold anymore. Now, in ZG International, there's a lot of people who have created success. There's many, many people that are earning 6- and 7-figure incomes, and yes, there's many, many more people earning part-time income, and there's probably 80 to 85% of the entire organization that are just customers. They're actually earning no income because they choose not to. They are just simply consumers of our product. And that, of course, is the foundation of all of the business in ZG International for those who are building a business. And so having said all of that, one of the things that made the difference, because I'm often asked, David, what makes the difference between a person who is making a 6-figure annual income or multiple 6-figure income versus a person who wants to get there but is not there yet. What is the difference? And ladies and gentlemen, the difference is all in the mindset. It really doesn't matter where we are. What matters is where we see ourselves. Okay? I didn't have a formal education when I started this business, and I still don't, actually. I finished grade 12. I got a grade 12 diploma. I did not go on to college. I did not go on to university. I did not have any special education per se, but I do have some people skills and some leadership skills as a result of some people that I hung around with in the early days of network marketing when I was 27 years old in December 1989. And then, of course, I turned 28 the following year, 1990. In those times, I was introduced to some speakers, some trainers, some people who helped me cultivate a prosperity mindset, a mindset that enabled me to see a much bigger picture, to envision a much brighter future, to go beyond thinking about what's in it for me, and to create and cultivate a mindset of how do I contribute to others? How can I enrich another person's life? How can I help and train and move and inspire another person? Whether it be even from something as simple as using the product to getting them into the business part-time, to even make just a few hundred extra dollars per month. It doesn't have to be thousands. It doesn't have to be tens of thousands per month. If I can show a person how to have a little bit of success, how to add another $200 to $500 per month to the family income, which might only be a couple of thousand per month, then that will be a major success for a person at that level. Right? I started at a very basic level. My income that I was accustomed to was no more than a few thousand per month as a glazer, as a tradesman. That's all. You don't make $10,000 a month fixing windows, let me tell you. You make a couple of thousand a month. Maybe today, some 25 years later, maybe you're making $1,000 a week. I don't know. But it's not a lot. So when I was shown the concept of let's show other people how to have prosperity, that started me on a path to creating true wealth, true financial independence. The mindset that you and I need to have, that you and I need to cultivate, that you and I need to develop and maintain, is a mindset, first of all, that we have much, much more value than we are getting paid for. We have the ability to go beyond where we are if we have the right vehicle, if we have the right team, the right coaching, the right support, the right training. We can then go far beyond where we are. And most of us have some extraordinary gifts. We really do. I've met so many people that are so gifted, that have so much desire, so much passion, so much drive. They have it. What they don't have is a vehicle, is a business model that will allow them to express those gifts and take themselves to another level. Our business here with ZJ International is a vehicle that can help you accentuate those gifts. You can now take that drive, that desire, that willingness, and apply it in a business that can give you extreme leverage. What do I mean by extreme leverage? I mean for doing the same amount of work that you and I would do at a particular job, business, profession, or trade, the same amount of work, the same amount of energy, we can have 10 times the results, or many times the results, and we can get paid on those results over and over and over again. Now, does it take work? Of course it does. Will there be disappointments? I guarantee it. Will we get rejected? You won't get rejected as much as I have with the size of the family I have and the people that I approach. Does that mean anything? Absolutely not. Is it a requirement for success? Yes, it is. What does it do for us in terms of having success? It prepares us for success. It strengthens us. It builds our character, because each and every time we overcome and we break through each one of those challenges, we're just a little bit better. We're a little bit stronger. We're a little bit tougher. We have a little bit more to contribute to another person in terms of training and support, in terms of experience, in terms of our ability to share a story, a personal story or personal experience that we have already been through. And as we go through this process, the magic starts to happen. And what does the magic look like when it happens? Well, we go through a lot of people. We introduce a lot of people. And many of them help us get to the next person. And then some of those people that we introduced turned out to be a disappointment. They didn't end up becoming what we thought they might or what we thought they could. But they opened the door during that process while they're here to another person. And that one person stays, while the other one doesn't stay that you thought was going to stay, doesn't stay. But another person does stay. And the person that stayed opens a few more doors. And some of them are good and some of them may not be so good. But they stay. And then another person opens a door, another person opens a door, and then all of a sudden you look back 6 months later, 6 months, or even a year later, you look back and you go, remember this, remember that, remember when that person came, that person went, and all of a sudden there's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people on the team. And then before you know it, you are in a completely different place. You have an organization, you have a residual income. Now, for some people, that process happens really fast, relatively speaking. Relatively speaking, all of a sudden, 6 months, a person's making $5,000 or $10,000 a month or better. And for others, the person's moving along, 18 months later, 24 months later, even 36 months later, 3 years later, they look back, and all of a sudden, they're making $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month. It was great down in San Diego. A lot of people were acknowledged this past weekend for success, in particular for achieving the rank of diamond. Now, if you're new on the line, the rank of diamond is a position in the Zija compensation plan that shows what level of leadership, how big your group is, how much volume you're doing, and is also a representation of what the average income would be at that level. Well, it was amazing to me to be in San Diego and see how far we've come from that first diamond meeting when there was just a few of us around the table, and now there was 130 diamonds and above in San Diego, and see some of the people who just became diamond, but they've been here for several years, and now they've hit success, and they're on a roll. And it was also amazing to see some people who are now diamond, double, or triple diamond, some of the higher levels, black diamond, and they've been here for a number of months, not even a full year. And so it doesn't matter whether we do it within a year or whether we do it in a matter of months. What matters is that we stay the course long enough to get good enough to give ourselves a chance to become successful. Our job here, my job here as a leader in Zija, is to help develop and grow and advance the core leadership of the company. That means our core team, but also to lend a hand and work with the next generation of leader, those who are up and coming in the company. Many of them on the line tonight, from a variety of different provinces and a number of different states who are on this phone tonight. is to work with you through conference calls, through a variety of different trainings, and a number of different mediums that we have to continue to help you refine your skills, sharpen your skills, so that you start attracting even higher quality people when you're prospecting or introducing Zija International as a business to others, that you're introducing it to people that can open some of the bigger doors, that can lead you to some very, very strong and influential people, and so forth. Is the more attractive we become, the more attractive people we're going to bring to us, right? To attract attractive people, we must first become attractive ourselves. And that happens as we refine our skills, develop our skills, and so forth. And another thing that I do, alongside of working with the core leadership and helping develop the up-and-coming leaders, is I am also introducing brand new people to the business. I've had people that were here at my house in the last hour, and my job with these people, whether they're top leaders or not, or potential to be top leaders, is to help develop them. Show them what to do, show them the difference in leadership, show them what they need to focus their energy on, what their mindset needs to be, and guide them. Sometimes with kid gloves, and other times with tougher gloves, but the main thing is to guide them and show them the path so that they can start focusing in their energy and their time in productive areas, so that their time will become more valuable, and the time they're investing in the business is high quality time that generates strong results. That's what we do. That's the name of the game in terms of development. In terms of the vision of Zija International, where are we going? What's important is to know where we came from and where we are, to have context as to where we're going. This company, when I started a few years ago, basically was a non-entity. Zija was very small, $300,000 a month company. There was only one diamond in the entire company. We didn't have diamond events like we had in San Diego, because how do you have a diamond event, a leadership conference, a diamond event with one diamond? Right? You don't. We were that small. We were that small just a few years ago. And then things started to develop. We started to grow. We started to help others. We started to gain a little bit of traction. And now there were a few diamonds, but not enough to have an event. And then finally, things started to really get moving, and the numbers started to expand exponentially. And not only did we have several diamonds, they had to create new pin ranks beyond diamond. And that's when double diamond came in, and then triple diamond, then black diamond, which came last year. And so at the conference this year, with spouses and everybody, we're now hitting 130 plus people who were fully qualified to be there. Not only did they have the rank, but they were fully qualified at that rank. And that is a preview of what's to come. What's to come? In 2014, this year, with everything that's in place, we expect, and it is expected, that Zija will go from not just 120, 130 diamonds, but we'll have upwards of 300 plus by the end of this year. In other words, we will double in size. We will go from a $15 million a month company to a $30 million a month company. The number of new people joining will increase dramatically. The number of people advancing in rank will increase dramatically. The speed at which people advance in rank will increase dramatically. What am I doing personally to contribute to that? Well, of course, leadership calls like this, but I'm also doing the basic fundamentals. You never stop doing the basic fundamentals, the basic building blocks. I'm always introducing brand new people to the business. I'm always working with the new people that I've introduced to help them introduce new people to the business. I'm always providing incentives and infrastructure and meetings and trainings and conference calls to help advance that process, to help support that process. And other leaders are doing exactly the same thing. There are meetings and presentations and conference calls and trainings happening all around North America and other parts of the world. If you've been on my Facebook page at David Moses, you will notice all of the various images from everybody from all over the world, including all the Japanese who attended the conference in San Diego this past weekend. There were upwards of 20 that came from Japan who were diamonds and above. And amazingly enough, the largest number proportionately from a single country of new diamonds came from Japan. It was pretty amazing. They broke a lot of new diamonds in this last run in November, December. And the same thing will happen going forward in 2014. So this is taking place all over the world. And if you're new on this line tonight, I invite you, I encourage you to explore the possibilities, to get with the person who invited you tonight, to remove all of the blocks, to remove all of the fear, to remove anything that would stop you from being all you can be, to set your sail in 2014 and create a new path. We'll be here to help you. We'll support you. We'll show you the way. We'll provide the training, the support. We'll provide the leadership to show you how to go to the higher levels. If you're an existing team member on the line tonight, press the reset button. Expand your vision. Right? Widen your horizon. See a little bit further than you see now. Stretch a little more than you've stretched in the past. Do a little bit more than you did yesterday. And I absolutely guarantee you, I promise you this, I can promise you this. Somewhere along the line this year, maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe in 6 months, you're going to knock on a door. In other words, you're going to speak to someone, and that door is going to open. And they're going to open the door to the stadium. They're going to open the door to the kingdom. And someone is going to lead you to the people that are going to explode your business. They're going to put you on a whole new path to success that will all of a sudden cause you to be maybe one of the solid income earners in the company. Maybe one of the multiple six-figure income earners of this company. And just maybe one of the few seven-figure earners in Zija International. And where does that come from? I have no idea. Here's what I do know. It always comes if we continue to take one step forward each day, each hour, each minute. It always comes. My business is made up of a lot of great people. Some fantastic people. Amazing people. I mean, I was just sitting there in San Diego, just looking at this group going, my goodness, look at what's in this room. Look at all these people and where they've come from. And if you would have asked me 4 or 5 years ago that who would be there, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. How could I? I don't have a crystal ball. But what I did know was so long as I did the basics consistently, because I've been trained to understand that basic philosophy and principle, so long as I did the do things and I did them consistently, the universe will provide. Right? God always provides. He gives. He simply gives. That's why we call him the Creator. We have to take that step. We've got to make the move. Right? Right? The vehicle's got to be moving. You can't lead a parked car. We've got to get moving. Take that first step. Come on board. If you're new on the line tonight, get back with the person who invited you. Get your questions answered. Come on board. We'll show you the path. If you're already a part of Zija International, make a new list and start inviting new people. Get right back down to the basics and start adding people to your business. and great things will come to pass. I can promise you that. I guarantee you that. It's going to be a great year. Looking forward to each and every one of your successes. Thank you for joining us on Millionaires in Training. There will be another business presentation call tomorrow night, and on Wednesday night, Pat Anderson will focus in on our product line. By all means, do invite everybody to that call. We may have Dr. Ben Bowers on Wednesday's call. It's going to be a great call. Thank you for all that you do. Wishing everybody continued success. Have a great week, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the lines are open. Thanks, David. Great call, David. I did right there.